Okay, so we are here to talk about the Book of Boba Fett in episode 2, and since Foot Clan's not going to be able to stay for all that much longer, I figure I'll have him give us his thoughts about it. So, floor's yours.
All right, thank you. So, just like we were talking about before we went live, I think everybody saw my tweets for like a quick summary. Again, it's not the best summary, and I'll admit that wholeheartedly. Um, I'm still not buying. I just don't like this direction of him being a crime lord because it's one thing out of character. Like again, that's one of them. But there was another thing that kind of like again that's still making me kind of frustrated with the whole show. Like what is the hierarchy in Tatooine? Because I understand Jabba the Hutt's hierarchy. I understand his his prowess, his status on Tatooine. But everything else, like with the other like surrounding areas of Tatooine, I don't understand the hierarchy at all. And I just wish they were able to do a better job of hopefully explaining it better. And again,
My, my thoughts on that is that I figured that on Tatooine, it's kind of winner takes all. It's
correct,
based on
and I
power.
agree that, and I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever can hold the power is
yeah,
whoever has the power.
I just wish they were more like fine tune on that. And I think you're right, Ned. I'll give you that one because it is a free for all. But I wish they did a job better explaining the situation because it leads into my second criticism, like with flashbacks. Dancing
Yeah.
with Tuscan Raiders. Okay, so before Joe gets mad at me, haha, Joe, I like you still. Don't worry. Here's the thing that me and Nat always talked about and preached about with our things with media and of course Star Wars. It's one thing that okay, you're doing flashbacks to establish where Boba's been, all backstories, this and that. But in this case, it feels unnecessary. It really does because I think the point of the show, hopefully, is to show to show off Boba as a crime lord. I thought, and I think the Tuscan Raider stuff. It was just again, it's not inherently bad if you just look at the surface.
It feels like a different story.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like it feels like a lack of direction, in my opinion. Because if we want, like again, if Boba's going to be a crime lord, fine. That's what it is. I'll bite my tongue and let's see what happens. But now we're doing too many flashbacks to kind of hinder the progression of the story and what the idea of the show is, so to speak.
I actually liked the first half. I liked the first half of the show. That I was like, cool. What's going to happen after this? Okay, flashbacks, and then I got blue balled for the rest of the friggin' episode.
Same, very much same.
What's the term blue balled?
When you get cucked, but with TV.
Kind of, yeah. Basically, somebody's teased you, led you on. You think you're going to have sex, and then you never have sex.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, yeah, I just I'm struggling to like. Again, it's not pissing me off as much as Mando because it's. I just wish like they went a different direction with this because it wouldn't be that bad in my opinion. It wouldn't be that terrible, and everybody knows I hate Disney Star Wars. I wish I could describe it better.
So
what is that noise?
It's my dog.
Hi.
Go ahead, CT.
So I'm going to tell you the reason why this episode was tons better than the first episode. There was no helmet coin purse.
No jetpack.
Well, yes, but the lack of using the Mandalorian helmet as a coin purse elevated this episode by a lot.
I agree.
I like that he wore his helmet. I like that he basically did what the audience was thinking, and he just wore the helmet to see the mayor. He's like,
just wear the fucking helmet.
I'm done with being
that's what I don't like. Ned, sorry to cut you off, Joe. That's another thing. Before I go, why are they doing the Marvel thing and just not making Tamara Morrison wear the helmet? I mean, it's Boba Fett. That's what he's known for. It's the Darth Vader thing. He's supposed to be all masked up. You're supposed to not see Sebastian Shaw or Aiden Christensen behind the mask.
When in a private area, like with him talking with Fennec, I have no problem with him not having it on. Absolutely. But when he's supposed to be on the streets or imposing and making an impression, it should be on. Exactly. And what Natsu means by the but what Natsu means by the Marvel thing is that there's this thing where every hero that has a mask, whereas they'd never have taken it off in the comic, because the actor wants to have their screen time with their face on, they always find a reason to take the mask off.
True.
Okay.
True.
And it's like, really?
It's not really. Go ahead.
But there's practical reasons for it, because an actor, understandably, wants to have the screen presence in a movie that they're starring in. They want to be known, and they want to be known what they look like.
No,
so there is a practical reason for it, but for the people who are like, but you shouldn't have taken the mask off, it kind of stretches the suspension of disbelief.
Yeah. And that's a good point. It definitely wasn't like for story purposes in your example with private and outside, that's pretty much the best criticism for that, or the best for that. And then everything else is just, subjective opinions, because again, I can't argue that our actors want to, have, screen presence and all that, because I do remember reading up on that, and it, like I said, it's arguing over those little semantics or those subjective tisms, I guess you would call them, but for Boba Fett, I just feel, I mean, thank God you agree on me with that, with the whole Boba Fett thing, where, that's
hey, Natsu.
the character, he's
didn't realize y'all had started yet.
Yeah.
Yep. 1 o'clock, like I said.
You meant 1 o'clock your time.
I said Central. I said
that's my bad. How far into the discussion are we in?
Nazo, don't
We're
talking about Boba taking his helmet off too much.
Oh yeah.
and how it wasn't as bad this episode.
No, it wasn't. I'm still like a little like, even after the Hutts left, I'm still a little like, why are you taking it off?
I need the audience to see my eyebrows.
Go back home and take it off and talk.
Before I leave that, that's one thing I was kind of like, if I were to be honest, like I did like the Hutt stuff. I did like,
and that's actually what
I'm a little worried about how close those siblings' relationship is. I was getting
Bro,
I agree.
And that's but that's actually what I was talking about just a little bit ago when I was saying that I felt like I got blue balled, because I was like, ooh, the Hutts, this is really cool. Where are we going with this? And then the rest of the episode, we flashed back and never came back. I kept on going. Oh, okay, we're going to come back. We'll do a little bit more. Then we can flash back again. Nope. The rest of the episode was a full flashback. I'm like, I'm going to hurt something.
Yeah.
OG
I was actually invested, guys. You got me invested, and then you left.
Because that was their exactly. Now, because that was their opportunity to go, okay, what is the hierarchy? What is the scope of Tatooine? What does Boba have to do to start killing, or not killing? Sorry, obviously killing, but start to taking out his opponents to where he can be that crime lord, to be what he wants to be, that daimyo.
OG Star Wars had an interesting point. Is that Boba's arc seems to be a combination between Asherat Het and Talon Card.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
which is bad.
I'm kind of seeing that. Like, I got the Card because Card was
like, does OG always hate Jabba's? Like, does OG always hate Star Wars stuff all the time, or
okay? To be clear here, she hates Filoni. Just to be clear, she absolutely despises Filoni because she doesn't like what
characters like Captain Rex and Ahsoka Tano.
She does not like what was done with the Clone Wars, because the Clone Wars retconned the Clone Wars that was in the original legend, and that's why she hates him, to my understanding.
Yeah, it's based on inconsistencies and what we got after it, and then just retcons. Unfortunately, unfortunately,
And Filoni loves retcons.
Yeah, and then
he
George,
seems to worship them.
Also keep in mind, CT, and probably Joe. Joe probably would like this. There's also like OG, OG Star Wars duh. OG does. I mean, when I mean, it's kind of like a fandom thing, the Star Wars fandom thing. If there's one consistent vision and then another vision comes in line and starts fucking everything up, it's only gonna get worse and worse as we go, because it's one thing.
Snowballs.
It's one thing to do the prequels, right? Okay. Oh no, it's not the OT, but at least it was one consistent vision. What's happening right now, like OG, that's why she's pissed off, is because everything's getting retconned. Everything is all inconsistent. We're getting possibly lesser content quality-wise. There's just a lot of factors involved to kind of compound together and just really make a big-ass mess from that standpoint.
Yeah.
Because, again, to make the point again, it's not the prequels. Oh, there was no Jedi Temple. What the fuck they're talking about? Like, it wasn't in the OT. Well, it's the backstory. You got to respect that. Quality.
We never even saw Coruscant in the OT.
Right. But
Coruscant was made its first in the Thrawn trilogy. So George basically just took the original one was going to be had Abaddon, which
correct
ended up being.
Should the Clone Wars show never existed at all then, or
no, not necessarily.
According to some people, maybe. But what I would say is that sure, but make it exist. But can we avoid actively retconning the stuff that was already in Legends?
That's where
that's where I again have easily done his. I'm sure Leland for his expertise, or even Pablo offered his on what he could have done to not be inconsistent, because even Matt Wilkins liked a character like Cad Bane. There was nothing inconsistent about like a character like Cad Bane. It was just another bounty hunter that was helping the Separatists.
It was dope.
And Nazo, before I go, it probably wasn't the best example what I used with the OT and PT. I'm basing my stuff on the films because I'm more knowledgeable of the films than the books. So to give a more like easier simpleton example of that.
Yeah.
No, I get it, but believe me.
Nazo knows a lot about the stuff in the Clone Wars era. He knows more about that era than I do.
And to kind of
a bunch of books that I still got to read, because I still through the MedStar series before I can get to Jail or Yoda Dark Rendezvous or even Labyrinth of Evil.
Yeah,
but I do know a lot. There's a couple short stories, Star Wars writers that I need to get, but
you're sort of kind of echoing Nazo. I'm sorry. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, I am. Sorry, I'm outside right now because everybody else is
smoking a joint outside. Troublemaker.
No.
No.
I am getting an echo. I'm just sitting here now because I was walking before. Now I'm just sitting.
Yeah. Okay. Before I leave, fellas, I wanted to kind of leave off with this to CT. Like, I heard, because I know CT always comes to me with like, like problems in the fandom and this and that. Like, when I say this, CT, just understand this, because like when you said so the Clone Wars should have never existed. No, it's not necessarily that. That's fine. There's never a problem with more Star Wars content on paper, right? It's just what Net and I and obviously Nazo we talked about. It's like we wish the product we were getting was more finely tuned, more consistent, and lines up with a consistent vision established by George. That's all.
I've made my point clear to CT, but I'm going to reiterate it here.
Oh yeah.
Since it will be it's recorded here live.
Yeah,
so
I have absolutely no issue with Filoni's outside of the expanded universe. Outside of the expanded universe, it's fine. It's its own thing, and there's nothing wrong with it. Inside the expanded universe, unless you use Compnor, it's just going to create problems.
Yeah.
Its literal existence just creates problems. And again, this is not me crapping on it. Again, I like Ahsoka. I like Rex. I like Cad Bane. He's an absolute as a bounty hunter. Pretty close to range with Durr. I'm concerned when it comes to bounty hunters.
But
the first one that I learned about that had me fuming was Boba Fett isn't a Mandalorian. Fuck off, Filoni.
Yeah, I won't go that harsh, but I have to agree. Yeah, that was my initial reaction. I'm not saying that like trying to stir anyone up. There's when I was first told that, I was furious. The other like initially like it wasn't just even the little retcons kind of bother me about it because Aura Singh is in what is that music in the background?
like
Sorry. Yeah, it's Skyward Sword. I just turned it down.
Well, Aura Singh is in TCW, right? She has 0 lightsabers or force powers, which is a problem because she's actually a bounty hunter. She was collecting lightsabers before Grievous.
Mm-hmm.
She was killing Jedi and collecting lightsabers before Grievous, and she employs none of in TCW. I get the relationship with Boba Fett as like, kind of like a mentor-mentee, because even and again, I haven't even read them, but I've heard about them. Pablo book, the Reader's Companion.
Pablo.
Yeah, I know you don't like him. I know you really don't like him. But the mentor mentee relationship in like the kid Boba Fett books, and there were these short junior novel for kids about Boba Fett, like how he met Jabba and fought with Dirge. I actually have those old books. It's just been a long time. I kind of vaguely remember it.
Mm-hmm.
But it basically he had kind of like a sort of rivalry with Dirge for Jabba's back in the day. And again, a lot of those relationships are explored in those junior novels. And again, Filoni has all this access, all this expanded universe knowledge. And again, even I bring up the Matt Wilkins point that he talked about, where he that basically Filoni saw a picture and saw in a white uniform and just literally just he was a Grand Admiral and made him an admiral in the Clone Wars, only to find out later, because some bigger expanded universe fan who actually studied Ular and realized he was a colonel in the ISB, and not literally, but like pistol whipped him with the knowledge.
Well, you can get demoted and promoted throughout the years. It's not that big a deal.
And then if that happens, then maybe that should actually be mentioned.
Hey guys,
a lot of shit can happen in 20 years.
guys, I hate to butt in real quick. I really do have to leave. I was trying to patiently wait.
All right, Foot Clan.
No, I was actually about to just kick you out.
Yeah.
Sorry for the miscommunication. I would have started.
Okay.
Had actually started earlier. I thought you were in my same time zone.
That's my mess up. Remember, I
just
went. Foot Clan fucked up.
You weren't the only one. The only one, Foot Clan. Okay.
But no. It's a
the thing is that he and I were actually working out when to do it based on his work schedule.
Yeah.
So, I set it up at 1:00 because he told me that he worked at 2.
Because I thought
that he was going to have to leave at 2. So I was like, okay, I'll do it at 1. That'll give us an hour.
And Matt does the net things like, you said you were in the same time zone. I fucked up. I'm sorry. All right. See you, fellas. Nice talking to you.
Bye.
Bye, Clan.
Yep. See ya.
See you later, guys.
See ya.
All right.
You were discussing.
I want to discuss something with the cameos. So I think so far the cameos are very tasteful. Obviously, like with Max Rebo, and I think that Black K was a very good kind of cameo. I really enjoyed that kind of deep cut. I thought
When I first saw Black K, again, I think he's literally an original Disney Star Wars character. Now, the concept isn't original because there have been Wookiee bounty hunters before, like Han Har or Snuva. Originally thought it was Snuva.
Yeah, same.
I looked at his design. I'm like, that looks kind of like Tarful. Why is Tarful working with the Hutts?
But yeah, I've had no problem with the cameos. Honestly, it's not feeling
okay,
like it's not feeling like Mando season 2 where it felt like, hi, this is cameo of the show.
Okay, so bad news.
I do have one complaint, and again, it's a complaint you brought up, Joe.
Oh,
Reliance on the Pikes.
The what?
They're beginning to over rely on the Pikes.
Yeah.
Pikes.
That okay. Here's the thing, though. If
Which
what
Pikes?
they're hinting at is going to happen, I'm okay
Pikes
with
gonna
it.
get-
And I think it is going to happen, and I'll get into that.
You're thinking they're hinting at Crimson Dawn, right?
Yeah. I don't think they're hinting at it. I think they're leading towards it because I feel really sorry for Netcat. The same people who reported back in like August, I think, that Black K would be appearing in Boba Fett. Guess what? They're right. They're the same people who said that Boba, Cad Bane, not Boba, Bosk, Cad Bane, and Crimson Dawn are going to be appearing as well. So at this
If you
point,
think if you think that bothers me, I don't care. If they fit in here, it's fine. No,
Bosk will definitely fit.
Yeah,
I would still like to see Black Sun and
here's
Prince
the reason
Eagle.
why I was annoyed in Mandalorian. It just felt like you get a cameo, you get a cameo, you get a cameo, you get a cameo, you all
Like
get a
Oprah.
cameo. Yeah, exactly. That's what annoyed me. I don't mind cameos; they're fine, and I just want them to actually mean something.
Well, even
not try.
Joe had this complaint that he felt like Wars was slowly becoming the cameo show.
Yeah,
With Bad Batch, it was becoming irritating for me because
Yeah.
I liked it in Mando. Mando was fine for me, but it was Bad Batch that made me draw the line.
I never finished that.
I was like,
I
okay.
did.
I was
It's
like,
okay.
I'm like, okay, Kanan's pretty cool, and AZ is just fucking amazing, and I'm happy he's back. I love that little dude. And Cut LaQuaine and Gregor makes sense because I wanted to see more clones. And then it's like Bib Fortuna and the Martez sisters and fucking Hera. And I don't care how much I love Hera. Like, she really overstayed her welcome. The fucking Pikes.
Hera is a space
Saw
milf.
It was too much. It was way too much. Like, the only ones that fit were AZ and the clones that appeared. Those were like the only ones that appeared. Also, Scorch had a very tasteful cameo. I liked Scorch.
Yeah. Oh, there is something that I want to mention about the book, about this episode, and just in general. Okay, Boba Fett is being acknowledged as the daimyo, the crime lord, right?
Yeah.
He should have a support system more than Fennec. He needs to have an intelligence officer, so that he's not being told by the mayor, by the way, you should go talk to these people at this cantina, and then
I think that's what he's doing next episode, though.
Yeah, but he should already have it. Is my point.
I don't think he has anyone, though. That's the thing.
But here's the thing: if people are already giving him tribute, he's being given tribute before he has anything set up, and I'm just looking at it, going, "Really?"
Yeah.
So that seems really odd to me, especially the way that everyone, not just a few people who were in the know at that cantina, everyone turned and looked at him like he was this country bumpkin because he didn't know that the twins were around. And you're supposed to be in charge of this town, and this town, everyone knows that the twins are in town before you.
Well, because it was
that is kind of a problem.
I was rewatching I was actually rewatching it before we started this. So yeah, that just made me raise an eyebrow, going, "Wait, really?"
I'm okay with it. It's fine. I think it shows his naivete, and I think that he's going
That's a
to.
problem.
I think. Well, I mean that's the point. It's the duck.
Yeah, not even Talon
Hey, Doug.
Card was this elf.
Hello.
And
Hi,
Talon
Andrew.
took over Jabba's territory. So
Who's here? Oh, Duck.
Hmm.
Hey,
yeah, social duck join us.
I haven't even watched the episode yet because I've been really busy, so I just kind of stopped and say hi real quick.
No, hi.
Hello.
That's-
You guys can resume the conversation. I'm just gonna shut up.
Okay,
Okay.
we're talking spoilers though, so just be warned.
Yeah.
Andrew? Do you care about spoilers?
No, I mean I didn't even like the first episode all that much, so like the
Okay.
second one, I'm not. I don't care that much.
Okay.
The second episode was better.
Oh, okay.
It was good. It was.
I title it the Boba of Tatooine here.
Tribes of Tatooine.
Boba did not use his helmet as a coin purse. That made it significantly better.
I appreciate that he got his shit together like immediately when he found out where to go. He just goes in with his helmet and with his gun ready. Like,
Oh yeah, I agree
was
with
cool.
that. I'm just still questioning the fact that he was the last to know that the twins were in town.
Yeah, that's a little. It's like something I need to suspend my disbelief for. That's like my the one thing is just like the small inconsistencies, but other than that, it's not a big deal for me.
It didn't bother me at first. It bothered me on my second viewing. It just hit me going, wait, what?
My favorite thing about this show though is still Fennec Shan. Fennec is still so fucking cool, and I love her so much. Especially the opening scene with the Rancor is so funny.
That made me laugh. That was the type of Star Wars humor that I like.
I loved that.
Literally.
Cause
There's been other stuff.
feedback.
I'm getting feedback from somewhere.
Yeah, that might be me because I don't have earbuds in, so I'll leave so that we can so I don't fuck this up.
Okay, but feel free to stay in the chat.
Oh,
Come
okay,
back,
yeah, I might do
man.
that.
Yeah, please.
Goodbye. Have fun.
Actually, I'm going to put you just in the back room.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There you go.
I hope he comes back. But
Well, if he wants to, then he can just put a message in the private chat. He's not completely gone
no one's ever really gone. No, I'm kidding.
because I didn't actually kick him from the stream. I just pulled him into the back room.
You monster.
I'm gonna leave and come back to see if that improves anything.
Okay.
Okay.
But also I just want to talk about the flashbacks because I feel like I just need to say my piece on why I like them because I feel like I'm in the minority, and when I say minority, like I'm like just for this chat because I know a lot of people like the Tusken Raider scene. I think I would say it's the majority that most people like the episode.
Okay. I'm just gonna put something out there.
Mm.
I have never been fascinated with the Tusken Raiders like so many other people have seemed to be. This isn't a knock against the Tusken Raiders. I've just never cared about them. So when I see them on screen, I just look at them and go, okay. It's not a matter of, oh my god, it's terrible that they're doing something with Tusken Raiders. I'm just like, okay, I'm bored now. Can we get back to something interesting?
Yeah, that makes sense. But
I did like him making his gaffy stick or whatever you call that thing. That was kind of cool because that was kind of like an alternate version of a Jedi needing to make their lightsaber. So I actually did like that scene. That I've got a little bit of for that, but overall I thought it was kind of cool.
yeah, I really loved the scene of him making his staff, and that's why I'm making I'm now making a Boba Fett custom. Not the new armor. I'm gonna be making the old his robes because that whole sequence meant so much to me. I kind of wanna just make that now. It's easy. It's just a belt. It's just a trench coat. What?
Not you, Moonbane.
Oh.
I titled the the episode as Book Boba Tatooine here because
Pretty
of
much,
obviously the
yeah.
parallels to Lawrence of Arabia, like
Mhm.
Boba
Yeah,
helping
there
the
is kind
sand
of
people.
there is parallel.
They're what?
I said kind of that parallel.
Yeah.
I thought you said Kal-El, and I was like, what about Superman?
It's the microphone.
But no,
Remember the part where they were-
Anakin was right about the Tuskens.
So
They're
what?
violent people.
I mean,
Well,
should the sand people never be humanized, or
No, I'm gonna make a point here, and this is something that's both. There's something that's actually both good and bad in this. One thing is that they actually point out that most Tusken Raiders did go savage. This group of Tusken Raiders didn't do that. My thing about that was, okay, so you got found by the one group that wasn't just gonna kill you on sight. That was lucky for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was the will of the Force, and
And I think you're still echoing a decent amount.
shit. Sorry.
It's okay. Microphones are good things to use.
Maybe try to get a Bluetooth device or something here. It might help a bit. I mean, a microphone that I'm sort of kind of using, or
I have Bluetooth on my phone. I'm just trying to. Maybe I can get it to work here.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
already.
only
Well, for a moment, you sounded better.
the Bluetooth on? It's still on. It's just it only hooks up
Okay.
to like cars and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, I think when he was talking about Bluetooth, I think he meant using a Bluetooth headphone.
yeah, but I'm sort of kind of using. I mean,
I'm
Actually,
not sure I've got that.
Or actually, if you just have a regular set of headphones, that would also keep you from having the echo with the feedback loop.
I only have my regular set of like $20 headphones.
Yeah, that's all I'm using.
I can't use my brother's headset because it only works on Xbox or PlayStation. It's a Turtle Beach, so it's not gonna.
Yeah, my headset just works with my PlayStation or with my computer. I definitely can't hook it up to my phone.
it's fine. I mean, but I mean, take your time to get something for sure that works. I mean,
Whatever.
You know what's
I
funny?
mean,
I don't. That's
sorry.
the problem. I don't have
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I'm trying. Yeah, I actually get that.
Yeah.
It's that's why I'm not trying to tell you anything like that. But
Sorry.
if you were to get like just a $5
I can't even hear what you're saying.
if you were to be able to get a $5 just pair of normal headphones even without a mic, that would actually take care of any of the feedback that you get.
Mm.
I just unplugged my damn headphones because this is again it's that annoying
Sorry.
thing. I'm guessing you can hear an echo now.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah. I mean, we'll just keep going with what we got here.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Guys, you know what's funny?
Oh no, I don't want you to go away.
Guys, you know what's funny?
Yes,
What?
It was working better when it was.
Okay, so I watched it with my mom last night, the episode of Boba Fett, and what's very funny is that she's a very passive film watcher. Like, she's more of a I give every movie a 9 out of 10 if I just have fun. She's that kind of film watcher. So don't she gives like every live action Disney movie like a 9 out of 10.
Oh God.
Because she's like, oh, it was
Really?
cool. It reminded me of the original. I want to literally like disown her, but it's fine. I had fun watching it with her, even if it was a piece of shit. And YMS is gonna kill me over that.
Boy.
Have you shown her the Star Wars Holiday Special?
No, she doesn't. She just knows it's bad. And
Mm,
what's funny
because
is when she was watching it with me, she said this is really boring. And she's like, it's cool. She's like, but it's just not. She's like, I feel like the flashback stuff is too long for me. Then
God.
again, she did say the same thing about The Lighthouse. And she said it was one of the worst movies she's ever seen. So, yeah. So she's not the most reliable person. She literally, we were watching it. She's like, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. This is so boring. This is so slow. Why is it in black and white? It's too cramped. And I'm like, Mom, that's the point. She's like, it's so miserable. She's like, it's a miserable movie. Like, they make you feel miserable. I'm like, Mom, that's the point. That's the point of the fucking movie. It's meant to make you big sad, okay? But yeah, but I love her regardless. It's okay. But she's not like an indie film watcher. She's like, that means that she's like, it's boring. That means it's good to you. And she's like, you liked Jojo Rabbit. And she's like, I like watching happy movies. And I was like, Jojo Rabbit was a happy movie though. She's like, no, it fucking wasn't, Joe. Jojo Rabbit was great though. She just didn't. She's like, it was a great movie. It just was upsetting. And I'm like, yeah, obviously, but I still love her regardless. And she did like it in the end. She liked the dance bit. She's like, oh, this is cute. And I was like, that's a good summary of this show so far. It's cute. It's fine. This is fine. But
This is fine.
This is fine. But yeah, I gave right now I gave episode 1 like a 7. And
I saw.
I gave it a 7, and then I gave the second episode an 8. But now that now that I rewatched them, I may lower the score by 1 point. I may give the episode 1 a 6, and episode 2 a 7. I really just like it for like Boba's character study, but I may end up lowering it by 1 point. But for now, I'll keep it at a 7 and an 8, just in case I'm like not confident. But don't be surprised if I lower it one day on like Disney, if it's on like Letterboxd and I give it like a 7 or like a 6 by episode.
So for episode 1, rated on a scale of how often it made me laugh and have fun, and have fun, I think I'd give it like a 9 because that was hilarious watching it. Now,
Ironic fun?
Yes, because I was roasting it the entire time. Now, if you ask me about a serious ranking on it, I would give it about a 2 or a 3. But I had fun watching it.
Yeah.
Just not the way that they wanted me to have fun.
Shay Frillis literally tweeted the other day. He said, Book of Boba Fett, more like Book of Boring Fett, and it was just a tweet of Obi-Wan. It was just a gif of Obi-Wan saying, I can't watch anymore. But, and people roasted him for it, but it's fine. And
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I wasn't even in the thing, and you guys are still, like, something's off with the audio.
Really? That sucks. Dang.
Like, I wasn't even in there until you invited me, and you guys were still coming off as...
I'm going to put this up on my PlayStation.
Let me see about that on my Xbox here.
I don't think it's just me. I think somebody else is having an issue on their end.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. I'm making it so that I can actually hear the feed from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Testing.
Oh,
Hello?
please too high.
Oh no, I just looked on my phone to YouTube real quick.
Yeah. I am just about to see because I've actually got it pulled up. I just have to get my audio connection going again because my headset timed out. Yeah, it's sounding mostly fine to me.
Oh, okay.
I turned off
Alright.
echo cancellation.
Why is that
Because I
even
don't-
an option? Nobody wants an echo. Other than the Bad Batch, but nobody likes an
Technology.
echo.
Technology
Why-
is so weird. How you control here? It's so
That's
hard.
like giving an option for if you want the volume to be shit or not. Like,
No, actually, the reason why you give options like that is because sometimes the method that they use to do it kind of goes out of control. So
Okay.
it might think that it's canceling an echo, and it's actually canceling something you wanted to come through.
Okay.
That's why they have options to turn things like that off. Because
Right,
whereas it looks like it's obvious that they'd want it on, sometimes you go, wait, no, you're fucking up.
No.
I
My
literally
God.
have my mic at like 30 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably
So I
get
don't
my
know
mic.
if I'm too low or too high now.
I can hear you
There's
fine.
we're in the
Yeah,
21st century, and yet we don't have flying cars.
It's just sounding a bit grainy from you, but I'm not hearing an echo, and I'm not hearing our voices come through you either.
Sam, you sound like a little robot, but other than that, you're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys
it's not bad.
Just slightly robots.
Mm. But
Especially
I'm
it's
trying to
especially
think.
with CTs. Like I can barely hear CT's tone of voice.
Mm.
Really? I
Yeah.
mean,
You're like the most among the three of you that I'm listening to. You're like the most machine sounding.
Huh.
that
A little more tone, and
that's-
you sound like a reaper.
okay. That is
Okay,
weird.
I actually did something, so let's see if that fixes it. Because I just turned on auto balancing for you. So yeah. So,
Even when I have sorry.
but in terms of ranking this episode as opposed to the first one, I think I would probably give this overall a 5 or a 6. In the first
Yeah,
half
that's
of
fair.
it, I would probably give it an 8. The second half, just because I was, as I said, bored, I'd probably give about probably a 4.
I just
So
loved.
that
I
averages
just
out.
loved. Yeah, I just loved Tamir Morrison like in this role. I liked the montage of him teaching the Raiders. I liked going to Tashi Station, and they didn't even mention that it was Tashi Station, and they didn't even mention that Fixer and Cammy were there. Like you literally need to turn on the subtitles to know it's
That
them.
was Fixer and
That's why I
Cammy.
Really?
yes, that was Fixer. Those were Luke's friends from A New Hope.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I thought it was
Fixer?
Fixer and Cammy, but I wasn't. I know about them because of the Darklighter comic from Empire. Like it literally. I mean, there's also obviously the deleted scene from.
Wait,
New Hope,
you don't
but
mean
yeah.
Fixer as in the clone tripper, or
No, not the clone trooper.
Fixer was one of Luke's. Fixer and Cammy were a couple of Luke's friends. Fixer was a complete asshole to Luke, though, from what I recall.
Well, that's what he gets for being rude to the Nikto. Gets his fucking head slammed in, but he's fine.
And yeah, I should watch everything with subtitles, so I always see
that's
that
why
stuff.
that's why I watched it in subtitles because it said like Cammy screaming or something, and that's how I knew it was them. I didn't know that it was them until I turned it on because people were theorizing in the trailer. Obviously, they were like, "Oh, was that Cammy and Fixer?"
Lays
And I'm like,
Loneser? That's, I mean, Lays
Hmm.
Loneser? I mean, is that Luke's friend here? I mean,
Fixer was more like someone Luke knew from other people. Fixer's not really his friend since Fixer's a dick. Like Luke's friends, he had the two particular ones. There was Biggs Darklighter and Janik Sunbur. Biggs Darklighter obviously joined the rebellion. Janik Sunbur went by the nickname Tank back on Tatooine. They mentioned him in A New Hope. he was actually full on like loyalty to the Empire type guy.
Yeah,
So it created like clear conflict with Luke.
that's
Mhm.
cool.
But
I liked seeing them though.
Seems like it
that
seems
was
like
that was a
they're
very deep cut.
that seems to be like in Legends here in canon. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page here, and he has no affiliation with the Empire, but with Legends, he
Yeah.
is.
With Legend in canon, he's just a guy. I think the only appearances he had in canon were just the deleted scene, and then obviously now the
wait, was Tank in the deleted scene or Biggs? What do you? I'm not even sure which one. Are you talking
Biggs
about
was in the deleted scene, but he wasn't in Boba, obviously, because he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, right. The controversy. So you guys saw what Robot had tweeted, right? And it got like a ton of backlash for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People.
Yeah.
People.
Sorry to bring up.
There's
OG
nobody.
again,
There's
and I know
no
it's
human
gonna be a
being that
problem.
can love Book of Boba. It seems.
No, people
Yeah,
love it.
and I I know of at least one person who rated the first episode as 10 out of 10.
Who was that?
Banderas.
Oh, right.
Does that a lot.
No, he doesn't do that a lot. He didn't like Bad Batch. He
No.
didn't like the sequel trilogy at all. I mean, he liked Bad Batch more.
It surprised me that Goldman didn't like.
He didn't.
Didn't like
He
the
really
sequel.
wanted to love it. He really wanted to like it, and he didn't.
Well, again, I know I'm probably just dragging up crap, just bringing up OG again, but something she mentioned, and it's kind of sticking with me, as to why Boba teaching them speeder bikes was a bad thing, is because it's among Tuskens, it's considered blasphemy.
Yep.
What? Well, that's not a thing in current canon, though, so it's not a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, so they
But
don't just lore. I'm just kidding.
Here's
so
the
what?
problem.
It's just a small detail. It's not that big a deal.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Assuming they actually are interested in getting the people who like Legends, assuming that they're interested in that, then if they can respect the lore without needing to go against what they have already shown, that would help. It's not saying that they have to, but if they actually wanted to appeal to them at all, they could do that. They don't have to, because as you say, this is not current lore, so they can do what they want. But that's always been the case.
Yeah, but like, think of it this way. Oh, sorry. You can speak.
So this is, well, gee, thanks. It's my channel. So basically, I'm just saying that in a lot of ways, this is a matter of tactics. And when something is blatantly changed, and there does not seem to be a good reason for why it was changed, and I'm not even sure that this one really counts for that, because I see why you want to do this. But if there doesn't seem to be a good reason why it was changed, you kind of end up going, so did you just do that to piss me off? Because you didn't have to change that.
Well, but here there was an obvious change for it. Like it was a plot purpose for them.
Yeah, and that's why I said that I don't necessarily think that this is one of those cases, but in general, I think that the point stands, because they don't have to respect the lore, but sometimes the question comes up of, but you could have.
Yeah, but think of it this way. I even would like to think that the headcanon is that they don't like speeder bikes. And I think that it would be they like the
organic
idea,
stuff more.
I like the idea. Well, obviously everyone likes organic stuff more, but I like the idea of them not liking the speeders, and then Boba basically helps them warm up to it by like abandoning their culture. Like by the end of it, they accept him as an outsider, and they give him his garb. I think that's a cool idea to actually think of it as they don't like the speeder bikes, and they need to be accepted into it. And obviously that could have been like cool for something to bring up, But with all the shit going on, like there was like I understand why they didn't do that. But like if you were a Legends fan and you're disappointed by that, I would think of it that way. They didn't like the speeder bikes, and Boba had to convince them to do it. And it was more of like this is for the good of your people, so let go of your
Based on
tradition
necessity.
based on necessity. I think that's a cool idea. So I think OG is right, but I think it actually helps in the case of the show. I think that would be really cool if they actually do bring that into canon, that Tusken Raiders don't like speeder bikes and Boba had to convince them. I think
Would
that's
it-
actually a really cool idea.
Would it be best if we have OG, come on to?
That's a good middle of the road
you know,
approach for it, Joe.
Would it
As
be
if
best if we have OG? Sorry,
Yeah,
would it be best?
OG speaks plenty on her own behalf. Honestly, she's got her own channel. She makes her own points very clearly. Honestly,
Also, she
That-
fucking hates me.
yes,
I
she
think
does.
she would hate me too, Joe. She would hate me for
Right.
being a Clone Wars fan.
No,
Okay,
not
here's the thing.
necessarily. It's just that
No,
it's
she-
that Joe has had actual interactions with her, so he's
No, it's
actually
'cause she-
speaking from experience.
No, because I was a fucking
I
asshole.
tried to be
That's
the
why
middle
she
of the
hated
road
me.
between her and Joe. I actually tried to set up civilized conversation.
She blocked me because I was a complete dick, and I have no reason to lie about it. Because I said she didn't like Mando because they repainted Boba Fett's armor, which is not what she said. She said she didn't like that they repainted Boba's armor. She never said that Mando was bad. I mean, she complained about it a lot, but she's in her right to think that. She's in her right to think the Mandalorian is bad. Because back then I was in the Mandalorian is the best thing to happen to Star Wars, and if you hate it, you're a fake fan. And I
I think I whacked at you. I
used to
think I
think
whacked
that
at you a few times during that.
How do we
Yeah.
rule out of the?
And here's the thing: I still think the latter. I still think Mando is the best thing to happen to Star Wars in a while. I still adore it, but disliking it obviously is completely valid. And I don't think that Boba painting his armor is a bad thing. I think I still am okay with that. Also, considering that he dented it up by the time of Book of Boba Fett, and he has all the scuff marks back. But she's in her right to think that, and obviously I was a complete asshole for doing that. And if I had bonks Joe, if I had the chance to actually make up with her, I would completely take it. Like if she popped in my DMs and was like, "Hey, you want to talk?" I would be like, "Oh fuck yeah, okay, I'm totally doing this right now." But I would be completely okay if she had wanted to make up with me and I had actually the chance to apologize. And usually when you make an apology video, it's like, oh, you do your best to act like you're being what's the word? Like genuine, and you want to like have the people sympathize with you. I obviously don't want that because I have no reason for people to sympathize with me because I have my own fan base. Like I have people, not fan base. I have like my own friend group. I have people who like me. I don't need to reach out to more people and say, "Hey, give me likes. I want to be liked." I'm specifically saying this right now that I apologize to OG and her specifically. Like I specifically want to earn her respect as a person because I don't want to make people feel bad. Like, oh, he's being genuine. I'm not asking for people to like me. I'm asking for OG to open up to me because I was a complete asshole back in the day, aka 2020, when I was new to Twitter, and I was
The amount of
I had
people that you managed to piss off is kind of legendary.
yeah. Some people I don't really regret being rude to because sometimes those people, when I think back to that situation, I'm like, yep, that was fine. Like Scout the Trooper, I don't regret because I didn't actually say anything wrong.
Scout. Oh, Scout.
Oh, Scout the Trooper. Like who else? Like Robot Head, obviously he's kind of problematic. Like I don't really regret. I didn't even say anything to him. I just he shit on Lei, and I was like, "Hey, don't be mean to Lei." And he's like, "Wow, Disney shills will do anything to protect anyone." And I'm like, "Can you shut the fuck up?" Like obviously it went more in depth than that, but like he's not really the nicest guy. Like he made fun of a person who was dying, and his last wish was, "I want to see The Last Jedi in theaters one last time," and you made fun of the person's dying wish. He's like, haha, you want to see you want to see a film that you liked before you die? What a waste of a last wish. Like I was like, okay. That's kind of
God,
problematic,
that's,
but
that's awful. No,
Yeah.
seriously,
Mhm.
that is
yeah.
that
He
is
also
that is
made fun of someone.
genuinely-
He also made fun of someone who saw The Last Jedi with her dad, and he's like, "Well, what a waste of a birthday," or something like that. I can't quote that, but I heard someone say it, and it's a reliable source, so I'm not gonna. The
Here's
one the
the
person
thing, and
dying is
I've
definitely true.
no. Here's the thing, and I've explained this to C as well. I said, like, he backed out. I don't know if he was having issues. But here's what I
Yep,
mean is
there you
like I'm not a big fan of
Sorry for-
TLJ, but when I saw it with my dad or with my mom and brother, I still had a fun time and I still liked it.
Yeah.
hmm
And to tell
And
yeah,
I
tell me,
enjoyed,
by the way, you're
and I enjoyed, I enjoyed Rise of Skywalker.
Ew.
Hey.
Ew, you enjoyed Rise of Shitwalker? No, I'm kidding. But Yeah,
It's the
and-
best thing that Disney's made.
oh,
No, I'm joking there, but I actually do enjoy it most of the sequels.
the so what else? What did Robot Head say about? Oh, he said he showed a like 144p GIF of Boba on the speeder saying like a bantha, and he said $4 billion. This is what Disney did: show a bald man with dentures doing whatever. So basically, he made fun of Tamira Morrison having those denture things for your teeth, because like those like retainer things, because Tamira Morrison has those teeth things in him.
Yeah.
And my mom noticed it last night when we were watching it. Actually, she's like, "Does he have a retainer on?" And my dad pulled up a picture, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he does." Because like you can tell when a person's teeth are bright at the top and like they're not so bright at the bottom. You can tell that they have like the whitening clip things. Here's the thing: that's cool to have that. It's okay. Don't fucking
Mhm.
make fun of people for it. Like it's like,
Oh, yeah.
haha. Tamir Morrison's bald, and he also has dentures on. That's funny. Let's laugh at Disney for wasting $4 billion. And he retweeted and he said
that GIF actually works.
I think
mean,
Robot Head. Sorry.
I
it's-
love
it's-
that scene.
as far as that GIF goes, it's like, okay, that completely takes out of context that that he'd been trying to show them how the controls work, and he's like, okay, I'm going to change this to make it look like you're riding a bantha, and he just took that
I thought
one
that was so
little
charming.
that little 2-second thing he took out of context.
Yeah,
Mm.
and then
I don't have a problem with that GIF either. It looks like he's just like, yeah, we're dancing.
Well,
I
yeah,
thought
but it
that
also
was so
doesn't even show anything about
I
what's
feel-
even happening.
yeah.
I feel like Robot Head has gone to the dark side for hating Disney so much here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
I just
Also
think
that-
I just think everybody for what they are, to be honest.
Same.
I also that scene gave me a new pickup line. Hey girl, are you a bantha? Because I want to ride you.
Oh God.
Someone clip it. Clip it. Let's go. Let's clip that. Let's clip that and put that on Twitter out of context.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun. I will. I'll probably. I will get that later on. What was the
I'm sorry,
time-
I kind of missed
timestamp?
it. What exactly did you say? You said something about like.
I said Boba gave me a new pickup line. Hey girl, are you a bantha? Because I want to ride you. Okay, but yeah, but
That's
then he said that if you like Book of Boba Fett, you're either a bot or mentally ill. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Or you're just
and then
someone who's like some of the surface level Star Wars stuff. Sometimes it's like that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Nazo. I actually liked it because it was kind of complex, but it's cool. Nazo, no, I'm kidding, but,
Complex.
I liked. Okay, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into why I like the complexity of Boba Fett dancing during a campfire while getting high on lizards. Okay.
Complex.
I like Boba getting high on Geico geckos. All right.
That's fine. It's also not complex.
He paid 15% or more on Rishi wood. No, but then people made it out to be that the people who ratioed him were people who were like, "Oh, Disney shows will do anything to get like mad over their like sacred media," and I'm like, maybe they're just fucking mad that robot had called them mentally ill. Like,
Yep.
maybe that's why. Maybe that's why people are mad at him.
Just maybe.
But yeah, he's a little. He's not the nicest chum. But you know.
I would believe the Disney shills things if it was like if he got ratioed by like 300 or something like that. But he got ratioed by like 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like 2,000 retweets. That's not a ratio.
There were people who
that many lots.
And some of the people
That's a
who did
fucking
that
domination.
were also people that I know aren't Disney shells. So it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know
Like, how
why
about we
I
just
know it
enjoy this
wasn't
big
because of
budget
Disney shells?
spectacle?
How about we just rule out the fact that you're not. I mean, stop trying to rule boss people of how they should be a Star Wars fan or not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like who's a true Star Wars fan, man?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Nah.
Anyone
Everyone.
anyone who actually likes Star Wars, and that is
I
only
don't
something
hate-
that is something that only a person can say themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
But-
differentiate when it comes to like the true fans thing. My whole differentiation is like there are fans that just like the regular surface level Star Wars, and then there are fans that like the deeper lore Star Wars. That's the difference. That's the only difference.
Not so, but my point is actually that there are in reality some people who don't actually care about Star Wars, but are trying to use it for or whatever political thing that they might want. But the thing is
Right.
that the only person, but the only person who can ever know that is that person themselves. So
Yeah.
you or I can't look at a person and say that that's the reason why. The only person
Yeah.
that can know that is them.
Yeah.
So I
But,
hate using that term because whereas I do think that there are fake fans, anyone else can't actually point to anyone and legitimately say that person's not a fan.
If you use the term fake fan, you yourself are the fake fan. And I know that technically just made me a fake
Might not
fan.
sit
but
well with Suckcock here if he watches this. I mean,
imagine if he actually does see this and he's like, "Oh, Joe." No, I'm kidding. He won't. He doesn't care. He won't be watching it. But
well,
I
might
don't
share
think that
some-
robot. I don't think that robot head is going to be noticing me.
he won't notice us. But
I just
and-
want.
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
I just wish things would be, civilized during a fandom here. I mean, I don't know. Would it be better if, I don't know, if George Lucas didn't give Star Wars to Disney, or
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely not. We would still be in a shithole.
As far as I'm concerned, it would be better.
I'm sure the content would be different. The fan base would still be a fucking mess, though. But
Not this much.
I'd argue it would be.
Joe, I'm talking to someone who was there during the prequels. It was never like this.
Eh,
I was a kid and I never I was a kid and I never saw like this level of backlash.
Yeah,
But-
there were problems. I'm not saying that there weren't problems, but not like
I mean,
this.
what is Disney inherently woke here? I mean,
being
They're
woke
inherently
isn't
corporate.
a bad thing.
They are, but the thing here is that Disney is inherently corporate.
Disney isn't
That'd be-
woke. They're manipulative fucks because they're being woke implies that everything's SJW. It's not. 'Cause Disney will just manipulate both sides. They'll manipulate
Yeah.
the
And
far
I-
right
and I agree
the
with-
far left.
I would actually agree with that, but they do have woke people that are in positions of power. That would be a better way to put it.
Well, this is my thought process. Disney is so woke that it puts gay and trans people, and it gives them like the smallest, tiniest, most insignificant roles possible.
Yeah.
That's how woke and progressive they are.
Yeah,
That's how
they just want money.
people think of you. They want
Unless
your
you're the
fucking
Owl House
money.
or like a Dana Terrence project where you actually do get
Again,
representation, but you
Dana
can't have that, so fuck off.
but what about like stuff like Zootopia here?
Well, Zootopia
Again,
isn't inherently woke.
No, it's not. But again, Dana
No,
Terrace-
it's actually anti-woke. I've actually explained that before.
Again, again, Dana Terrace, she actually she checks off the woke boxes, but the show's not woke because it actually has good storytelling behind the characters, right?
She proves that it's possible to actually be woke, but also a good way. Like I say that Dana Terrace is woke, but she's the good kind of woke.
Here's the thing: if she is woke, she's not the ham-fisted woke. She's the let's write a story and feature a same-sex couple. Let's not make it the prime focus, but let's make it somewhat a focus so that people still know that it's there. It's not ham-fisted. It's not forced. Whereas with everything else is. And that's why it's not getting a continued beyond season 2 and the 3 specials, because it doesn't create controversy and it doesn't sell action figures.
Oh, great.
That is the only reason.
Matt, we got a question in the chat
make
about
them money.
Oh. All right, so Sam.
No, I know. There's a reason why I highlighted it. I know about it.
Yeah. Can I read it? Can I read it? I always wanted to do this. Wait,
If I didn't put it up, I wouldn't. But if I didn't put it up, then yeah, go ahead. I don't care.
I've always wanted to read a comment. Okay. Wasn't there info about Disney saying they won't accept scripts that ain't diverse? No, that wasn't Disney. That was Hollywood in general. I'm not kidding. I think that was something that all of Hollywood does now, where they actually just need more diverse scripts. I think that was actually confirmed.
I actually know I actually remember the article he's referring to. I have not read it in a while, so I'm not willing to say one way or the other. It might have just been in general Hollywood, but it could have been something specific about Disney too. But I recognize the article he's referring to though.
Yeah, I know the one he is too, but yeah, but it's weird because when actual representation is done well and not touted as like this minor fucking thing that people put on a pedestal, like I think that like Encanto and Coco are example of like great like Latino representation. Like they're fantastic, and also they give you like insight on like their cultures, and I think it's really beautiful. Like Moana is a great example of Polynesian culture. Like
right.
It was controversial. Moana was kind of controversial when it came out because it didn't have enough Polynesian culture, which is fine. But I think that people were kind of overreacting with that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just loved it.
I mean,
I loved it.
But yeah, as far as whether something can be woke and good, my opinion is yes, definitely.
Yep.
The
But
problem
like
is most modern
it's
writers
just
don't
that
want to put in effort.
yeah, in current day it seems a lot harder for them, and which is annoying.
Captain Marvel is woke, but it's not bad because it's woke. It's bad because it's just
bad because it's fucking bad.
Yeah, I don't even think the woke angle is that bad in Captain Marvel.
There's even some people that that would consider Zootopia to be propaganda because of how it shows the police in a positive light here.
In a positive light.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I also see it as I also see Zootopia as a warning against wokeness and things like that.
Yeah.
Because if you
I don't.
It vilifies predators. So it.
But it vilifies it's showing the problems when you vilify a group like that because the system did not work. So it's showing the problem when you do this.
When you
Zootopia, a movie where everyone is racist. The show.
That's what Zootopia Plus will be all about.
Yeah, but I think that's what YMS said. He's like, I remember YMS. He was like, Zootopia is basically a movie where everyone in it is racist, and that's okay. And he's like, and I remember I saw Solar Sands' video, like the text to speech, like shit post kind of thing, but it's kind of what got like the shit posts going. It literally ends with them saying, "Now Zootopia is just a little less racist," and then the video just ends.
Okay then.
Who was this video, Joe?
It was called Solar Sands. Look up Solar Sands Zootopia in a nutshell,
Solar Sands.
or just Zootopia in a nutshell. It's really fucking funny. They did a lot. They did B movie,
Oh.
Undertale.
Okay.
They did a lot.
Ned, did you put this in Normandy Lounge as well?
I thought I did.
Moonbeam 8 is saying, what's he...
I'd actually want to hear some of Padawan's input on some of this, but
Yeah,
What's he hearing in the background here?
As far as the Eagle goes, it's probably me having my Breath of the Wild but playing with sounds a bit lowered because I was just killing an eagle.
No. Okay. But would you say, guys, that Mandalorian is better or worse than Book of Boba Fett?
all these episodes are out, so I can't actually say.
I cannot say yet, but I am going to compare based on episode 1 and 2 of Mandalorian versus this. Yeah.
What the hell is that? What was that?
Is somebody washing their hands?
Yes, I thought my mic was off. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
So I'm going to compare episode 1 and 2 of Mandalorian to episode 1 and 2 of Book of Boba Fett. And I'm going to say that based on that, Mandalorian kicks its ass. Because the first two episodes of Mandalorian were very good.
They were very good. I think back to that episode with the Mudhorn and the Jawas. That episode was so fucking good.
Yeah,
I loved that episode.
I have plenty of issues with Mandalorian, but not with early Mandalorian.
Yeah, that whole episode. Episode one highlight for me was IG-11. Because that whole IG-11 just as a character means a lot to me, and I remember being first introduced to him. That was just so special. But that's a story for another day. And then obviously getting introduced to Grogu for the first time, that was like such a surreal experience. I remember because I was watching it before class started, before high school, and it was like, and our class starts at like 7:30, and it was like 7:29. As they were like, wait, they said 50 years old, and I was like, and then the bell rings, and I have to put my phone away, and I saw like the silhouette of Grogu's ears, and I was like freaking out. So it was, and then like when the bell rang, and I was like running to my next class, I was like watching it, and I literally when Grogu almost got shot, I literally stopped in the middle of the hallway. I was like, holy shit, no! But and then it ends obviously with him not dying. But that was a great that was just such a great episode in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It was
The
have to watch
the opening was pretty bad with the mithril, but other than that, it was fine. Yeah. That's all I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Link talking. Because you know that he just does grunts.
Yeah, he doesn't speak. I'm probably gonna head out soon. My dad's coming home. We gotta figure out dinner.
Yep.
I'll see you guys later.
I was planning to end it pretty soon anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about much what we want to talk about here.
Yep.
Yeah. Have a good night, ladies. Goodbye, people of the chat.
Yep.
Bye.
Have a good day. And then there were 3. Oh well, I think that I will take this as a time to head out.
All right, man.
So
later, gentlemen.
Thank you for coming, and have a good day.
Me.
Yep. See ya. Bye.